Hey, so decided to go on a run today, and I got about 1.5 miles in. My brain was just spinning with ideas, so I decided I'd make a video and tell you all about it. So here's my watch, just so you know I'm not lying. 1.42 miles, some of that's walking. But it's raining a little bit here today. I don't know if you can tell, but my glasses have a little bit of water on them. And I run about 2 to 3 times a week. Not a lot, not far, maybe 2 miles at the most. And I do it pretty slow. I hate running. And honestly, I don't know anybody that really loves running unless you're a little bit crazy. But on my run today, I started to think, it's raining. The weather's not the greatest. The temperature is starting to drop. I'm here in South Arlington, Texas, and you know, we've had 75-degree weather the last 4 or 5 days. It's been rainy and cloudy, and today, rainy and not as warm, 50s, maybe 60s. So I started to think about this, and I still made the decision to come run. Now, there are a lot of things we can't control. I can't control the weather. I can't control the temperature. I can't control the people that are going to be out while I'm running. I can't control other people's attitudes. I can't control a lot of things. I can't control the economy. I can't control the government. I can't control my friends, my family, so on and so forth, right? But you know what I can control are my choices, my decisions. I can choose to look outside and say, yeah, it's not nice weather today. And honestly, in Texas for the next 3 months, it's not going to be nice weather. So I could choose that and then give up running for the next 3 months and choose to go back to being 265 pounds. Or I could make the choice and put on my hoodie, which I've now decided was probably the bad idea because now I'm sweating and hot. But I made the choice to come out and run. I put on my sweater, I put on my pants, put on my shoes, and I decided to run. You know, weight loss is just like that. It's a choice. Yes, we have some things in our life, some things in our genetics that can cause us to have a disposition to gain weight. But most of it's our decisions. Most of it is what we put in our mouth, what we feed our bodies. If we feed our bodies too much, then our body stores that as fat. If we don't eat enough, our body can actually need to store things thinking that we're starving ourselves. So there's a good balance, right? You have to eat enough, but you shouldn't eat too much. You need to balance what you eat as well, not just how much you eat. You've got to eat a certain amount, but it needs to be good stuff, right? Now, technically you can lose weight eating cheesecake every day, as long as you're under the amount of calories it takes to do so, which we call a caloric deficit. But your body would not be very healthy. So you got to eat the right things. You've got to eat within the right set of calories. And the other part of that, although it's a smaller percentage, it's still very important. You've got to move. You got to move more than you are. So you say, well, I move a lot. Well, move more. If you're not moving at all, move a little. If you're moving a little, move more. That could be walking. Walking is extremely good for your body. Walking burns fat. If you're a walker, try running. Running is really good for your cardiovascular system, your heart, your lungs. It's good for your digestion. It's good for your brain. If you have anxiety, depression, those things, running can be really good for you. But aside all that, the idea is that we have to make choices. We have to choose to do the hard things. We have to do hard things. When we do that, psychologists say that our brain adapts. Our brain actually makes new connections. It's called neuroplasticity. It's just a really big scientific word that means that our brain changes and makes new connections and makes new pathways. It makes new pathways so that the next time we go to do a hard thing, it's not as hard. And we're more likely to do it and continue to do it. Most people give up on weight loss and fitness and health and wellness and all those things because it becomes hard and because they don't see the results that they wanted immediately or fast enough or often enough, or they gained weight over Thanksgiving and Christmas break, or the gym was too crowded, or they thought that their food was going to be too expensive, whatever. Those are all excuses. And yes, some of those are harder to deal with than others, but they're all excuses. They're not choices to do the hard thing. So, all I'm saying is today you have a choice. Are you going to choose to just do the same thing? It got you where you are. I did. For 5, 7, 8 years, I just chose to continue to do the same thing. I would walk a couple of days a week and then give up. I would eat really healthy for a month and then give up because I didn't learn how to do it the right way, and I was eating junk. I was eating like raw, unflavored chicken and broccoli, and I was worried about putting salt on my food, and I was worried about using butter and cheese, and I was worried about carbs because I was told carbs are the deadly killer that makes you gain all this fat and weight, which is a complete lie. Carbs are great for you. Carbs are really good for you. Can I eat 3 million calories of carbs a day and lose weight? No, absolutely not. You can't eat 3 million calories of anything and lose weight. But you need carbs. You need carbs to live. You need carbs to digest your food. That's what fiber is. It's carbohydrates. So I fell into all that. And so I stopped eating every carb in the world. And I hated it. I stopped eating every sweet in the world. I drank only water. I hated it. Absolutely hated it. My life was miserable. I lost 25 pounds one year. And I was looking at myself in the mirror, and I looked, oh, okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible. But I looked at myself and I said, is this really the life you want to have? Do you really want to eat like this every single day and feel this tired and all of these other things and live forever like this? And I said no. I told myself no, stop. So I did. The next day, I remember specifically because it's probably one of my favorite cheat meals in the whole entire world. But I went to Whataburger, and I know for some states out there they don't have Whataburger. I'm so sorry. You're missing out, and you should move to Texas and eat Whataburger. But I went to Whataburger and I ordered a double cheeseburger, loaded up. Got the largest fries I could find, regular ketchup and spicy ketchup. If you haven't had spicy ketchup, you're missing out too. I got a extra large Dr. Pepper, the biggest one they could give me. And I ordered a vanilla malt just to have a dessert because I can, right? I got home. I think I ate the food in maybe 15 seconds. That's probably a lie, but it felt like 15 seconds because it didn't last long. And it felt wonderful. It tasted amazing. I felt like $1 million. It sounds wonderful, right? So I started on this journey of eating like that every day. Ordering pizzas and eating the whole thing like I did in college when I was in sports. And then we're going to buy McDonald's, going to Taco Bell and eating 2 or 3 burritos, and going by Wendy's and getting 3 cheeseburgers and French fries, putting the fries on the burgers. You have to get a Frosty when you go to Wendy's. That's not a choice, that's a law, I think. So anyways, I made that choice. It was my choice alone. Nobody forced me to do it. It was easier. It's a lot easier. I guarantee you it's called fast food for a reason, because it's fast and easy. Somebody else cooks it. You don't pay very much. You eat it. You feel wonderful for a few minutes. But then you don't think of what's going on in the inside of your body. Your body hates when you do that. Your body, your stomach, your heart, your liver, your kidneys, your pancreas. They hate when you eat like that. They hated when I ate like that. My heart decided that the blood pressure was gonna shoot up. My stomach, I had reflux every night when I'd go to bed. I would wake up at 1, 2, 3, sometimes 4 times a night with reflux, taking Pepcid, 1, 2, 3 pills every night, which is horrible for your stomach. I would eat Pepcid before I would eat meals. I was tired. If I walked upstairs to get something for my kids or go see their room or go upstairs to watch a movie with them. Now this was almost a year ago. At 38 and a half, 39 years old, I could barely get up the stairs without needing to sit down and breathe for 25 to 30 minutes to catch my breath to walk back downstairs. Now, at 40 years old, I just turned 40 on November 21st. At 40 years old, I can run up the stairs, skipping the stairs, run back down 10 times. Now, am I tired after that? Yeah, a little bit. My legs are sore. I'm breathing heavy. But I'm not defeated by any stretch at all. I can do it because I made the choice to start. I made the choice to do it. It was a choice that I made more than 8 or 9 months ago to stop being this overweight, lazy, just gluttonous person that I was. So, question today on this rainy, not very nice day is, what choice are you going to make? Are you going to choose to do hard things? Are you going to choose to lose the weight? Are you going to choose to be in shape? Are you going to choose to be healthy? Are you going to choose to do that? Think about why you would do that. What is your why? What is the reason that you would do that? Mine is my family and my kids. About 5 years ago, I had a major mental breakdown. I don't talk about this to a lot of people, but now that I've decided to share my story with everyone, I might as well share this part too. But I had a major mental breakdown at 34, 35 years old, and never had one before, never had major anxiety, nothing like that. And I had to go to the doctor for something, and in retrospect, it wasn't even that big of a deal. It was a bladder infection, basically, and I took some steroids for it, not the anabolic ones, but I took a steroid shot, and then the next day I took a steroid pack from my doctor, and an antibiotic that was like 7-week antibiotic. Went home, tried to go to bed that night. I couldn't sleep, just thinking about things, and went through the next day and tried to go to work, and kind of was foggy and stuff. And 5 days later, I still hadn't slept, not even 5 minutes. My brain was doing all sorts of tricks, and I had a major breakdown. I took 5 weeks off of work, and 1 week that wasn't included in work because it was spring break. So 6 total weeks I was down. And I did probably the best thing I'd done for myself in a long time. I went and saw someone and sought out help, which is something that we should all do. And this person taught me that when you decide to do hard things, when you make a hard choice to do something you don't want to do and your body doesn't want to do, like I said with the neuroplasticity in your brain, your body starts to enjoy that thing. It starts to make a new pathway or a new road, that becomes the norm for you. And the easier thing that you used to do before becomes the harder thing to do. Doesn't sound right in my brain logically, but it is. Because that's the way that we work. It's the way our minds work. They adapt and they change. And we have a lot of control over that. Now, we don't have control over whether we age. We don't have control over whether we get major illnesses that can kill us. We all die. But we do have control over what we're going to do while we're here. I choose to make hard choices. I choose to do hard things to make my life, my body, my health better. Now, just to finish this up, because I really need to run a little bit more because I've been talking for this whole time. I have 4 kids at home. I have a wife, 4 kids, 2 dogs, 2 birds, and now my daughter wants 2 guinea pigs. But I live for them. I do these things for them so that they can have me in their lives, and not just physically, but emotionally there for them and actively there for them. I can't imagine when I was growing up if my dad had just sat on the couch all day and didn't hang out with me when I was in high school and played baseball with me. My dad played softball with me all the way until I was almost 32, 33 years old. I want to be able to do that with my sons. My kids are 11 and 8, and I have twins that are 4. And I'd love to think that when my 4-year-old son is in his 30s, let's see, I'll be pretty old. I'll be 74. I'd love to think that I could still play ball with him at 74 years old. So I'm going to choose to do that. And if God takes me out before then, hey, all the better. It's his choice, right? Not ours. So what are you going to do? You're going to choose to do hard things, or are you going to choose to take the easy route, the high road? It's kind of funny because I'm right here at a road. 2 choices. Which way am I going to go? Left or right? Well, I'm going to go left because it's longer. But you've got to make a choice today. So, if you haven't looked at any of my other videos, start at the first one. First one on getting started. Just in general, get started. I'll give you some tips and tricks on things you can do to start seeing results quickly. Not magic pills. They're not going to cure you right off the bat. But what they are going to do is help you to make a life choice, to see results day after day, week after week, month after month, and to get healthier and to get better. That's my goal. Not to see you take some pill that promises for you to lose 60 pounds in 5 days, which is not a thing, but you know the extreme. I want to see you lose 2 pounds a week, 1.5 pounds a week. I want to see you get stronger, fitter, healthier, better up here, better in here. So, why don't you join me?